Hello friends, welcome to Gate Academy Global. In this particular video, we will be discussing about the problems based on propagation delay. So from the very basic, we will start our discussion that what is a propagation delay, how to solve any question based on propagation delay in a very simplest possible ways. So our target is not only to solve this particular question or maybe next particular question, we will try to have an idea so that you will be able to solve any particular question that will be coming in your examination. So in this particular video, I will mainly discuss at the end, towards the end, I will discuss mainly about worst case propagation delay and then what is so called propagation delay in a particular input condition. There is a very big difference between these two types of propagation delay which I am telling you, and you should have knowledge about both the different propagation delay. Actually, see what happens in a particular circuit, what can happen in a particular circuit. Let's say there are multiple inputs. For example, you choose one set of inputs. The total delay which the circuit is giving you is, let's say for example, 50 nanosecond. Next, say you change the input conditions or you change the input values, maybe the total delay can change from 50 nanosecond to 60 nanosecond, or it may decrease from 50 nanoseconds to 30 nanoseconds. So it means the total propagation delay of a circuit can change. I am not saying it will always change, it can change on changing the input values. So worst case propagation delay is the maximum possible delay of a circuit which we get for any particular input condition. So out of all the input conditions which is giving me the maximum possible value of the propagation delay, that propagation delay is called as worst case propagation delay. So I will discuss in detail lot of things about this what I was saying. So first of all, we will try to solve this particular question, and then with help of some examples we will come back to our discussion on worst case propagation delay or a propagation delay for some particular input conditions. Okay, so let us read this question first and solve this, and then we will try to discuss so many things about propagation delay. Question says, all the logic gates shown in the figure have a propagation delay of 20 nanoseconds. So all the logic gates have propagation delay of 20 nanosecond. This delay is 20 nanosecond, this is also 20 nanosecond, and this is also 20 nanosecond. Okay, now see. Let A is equal to C is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1 until time t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, all the inputs flip. That is, A is equal to C is equal to 1 and B is equal to 0 and remain in that state. For t greater than 0, the output Z is equal to 1 for a duration of fill in the blanks nanoseconds. So it is saying initially, initially means here means until time t is equal to 0 means before time t equal to 0. So before time t is equal to 0, A is equal to C is equal to 0 and B equal to 1, and after time t equal to 0, inputs flip. Inputs flip means 1 becomes 0 and 0 becomes 1, so that after t is equal to 0, A is equal to C is equal to 1 and B is equal to 0 and remain in that state. So the same thing which was given to me in the question, I have just started to make the waveform. See, This type of question we are discussing for the first time, so I will try to explain you slowly. But in examination, or if you want to solve this question fast, you will be able to solve this question very fastly and without any confusion, and most of the chances, very much chances, you will solve it correctly only. Okay? So just initially I will take it slowly, but don't worry for that ki I'm taking so much time. I'm just taking so much time so that we can have a very good foundation or very good base for these type of problems, so that anything they change we will be able to solve in our examination. Okay, so what was given to me, let's say this is a waveform of A, this is a waveform of B, and this is a waveform of C. So what was given to me, that initially A is equal to 0 and C is equal to 0, and initially B is equal to 1, that was given to me until time t is equal to 0. So let's say this is the time t is equal to 0. So this is the time t is equal to 0. I have marked the time t is equal to 0. Okay, what happened at t is equal to 0? All the inputs flipped. Means A becomes 1, B becomes 0, and C becomes 1. This is given in the question. I have just converted the statement into the format of waveform. Now we will discuss in very basic what actually is the propagation delay. So let me consider an example. Just consider a simple NOT gate. Just consider a simple NOT gate with the input A, and let's say output is y is equal to A complement. So if I change my input, obviously my output has to change. Ideally, if nothing is given to me, I will say as soon as I change my input, at the very same moment output will also get changed. But this does not happen in a practical situation, because this logic gate is made up of some circuit like RTL, TTL, maybe CMOS logic gate. So a gate can be constructed in a multiple technologies. So any technology it may be, it is actually a circuit, and input signal has to pass through the circuit, and then only we can get the changes in the output. So in the most simplest possible way, the time which a logic gate takes to make the changes in the output with respect to the changes that were made in the input is called as propagation delay. I will try to even simplify this one with the help of a waveform. Consider a situation कि input was changed. Consider a situation input was changed from logic 0 to logic 1. Let's say input was changed from logic 0, or you can say logic low to logic high. If nothing is given to me, by default what we always take is that output is the complement of the input. It is obviously a NAND gate. It is obviously a NOT gate. So if when input was 0, output will be 1, and when input becomes 1, output will become 0. So it is like this. So it is simply like this, that we know very well. See, A is equal to 0, A is equal to 1. Output is 1, complement of 0, and complement of 1 will be 0. So input was taking a transition from logic low to logic high, and so the output will take a transition from logic high to logic low. But this is the ideal case when no propagation delay is given to me. But what I was trying to tell you, this does not happen in a practical situation. Whatever changes you are trying to make in the input that are not immediately reflected in the output at the same moment, they take some amount of time. It means output will definitely transition from logic high to logic low. Output will definitely transition from logic high to logic low, but not at the same moment. It will take a transition after some time, and that particular time is only called as its propagation delay. For example, I am saying ki output will definitely take a transition from logic high to logic low, but not at the same moment, but sometime after that. Means I can show it like this. I can show it like this. So output will definitely take a transition from logic high to logic low, but after some time. So this time difference is basically called as propagation delay. In general, we represent it by delta t. So this was the change in the input time, and this is the change in the output time. So the amount of time with a logic gate takes to reflect the changes in the input at the output is called as propagation delay. So this waveform is assuming zero propagation delay. In general, we denote a propagation delay by delta t only. And this waveform is a practical situation. This is an ideal situation. And this is a practical situation. This is a practical situation where delta t is the considered propagation delay. So this is the basic definition of propagation delay. So I will try to use the same concept which we have discussed in the given circuit. Let us come here. See, when I start this circuit, or when I see this circuit from the left hand side, from the input side, first gate which appears to me is the NOT gate. Input is B, so this output is definitely B complement. Now see, the most easiest way to solve these type of questions is that draw the output waveform of the logic gate two times. First, what you consider? Consider ideal situation with zero delay, and then whatever is the delay given, just shift the waveform by the same amount of time, which I am going to show you to solve this question. So what I discussed, I am implementing in the complete circuit. So first, my output is B complement. So I will draw first B complement without a delay, and then that waveform I will shift by 20 nanosecond, which is the propagation delay of the logic gate. I will show here. So my first output is B complement. But in this particular case, I said my first output is B complement, but first I have to assume that there was no propagation delay. If there was no propagation delay, B complement waveform will be the inverted waveform of this waveform B. So 1 will be complemented to 0 and 0 will be complemented to 1. So if this is the waveform of B having a transition from logic high to logic low, this is the waveform of B complement having a transition from logic low to logic high. but it is given in the question that that particular NOT gate has a propagation delay of 20 nanosecond. So what I simply have to do is just shift this waveform right hand side by 20 nanosecond like this in the most easiest possible way. So this is a delay of, so see, same transition from logic low to logic high I am getting, but after 20 nanosecond. After 20 nanosecond. Now see, come back to this circuit. Okay, so this waveform is available to me. Next output of the logic gate from the input side going towards the output is this AND gate, which is having an expression of A dot B complement. So I will come back to this waveform and I will draw A dot B complement. Again the same concept. Initially I will consider the propagation delay to be 0 nanosecond, and then I will shift this waveform right hand side by 20 nanosecond. Now please make sure for this B complement we don't have to use this waveform, because this was an assumed waveform when propagation delay was assumed to be 0 nanosecond. But actual delay is B complement. So it means I will check the waveform this A and waveform of B complement. So A dot B complement, firstly assuming no propagation delay. So this A is equal to logic 0 and this B complement is also logic 0. So A dot B complement is logic 0. Again A is equal to 1, but for this 20 nanosecond B complement is equal to 0. So B complement is equal to 0, it means again output is 0. Now see, after this 20 nanosecond what happens? A is also equal to 1, B complement is also equal to 1, and 1.1 will be equal to logic 1. So this is the output waveform. So this is the waveform of A dot B complement assuming a propagation delay of 0 nanosecond. Again I am saying don't worry about the time which I am taking here to analyze this question. You will be able to solve it very less time as compared to this one. Just a matter of getting comfortable. Okay. Okay, so same transition, yes, similar waveform I am getting for A dot B complement assuming 0 nanosecond propagation delay. But all the gates in the logic circuit, it is given propagation delay is 20 nanosecond. So what we have to do, just shift this waveform right hand side. Shift the same waveform right hand side by 20 nanosecond like this. So this is again a difference of 20 nanosecond. So if I want this duration, this will be 40 nanosecond. Why? Because from here to here is 20 nanosecond, again 20 nanosecond. So this transition is 40 nanosecond from the initial state 0 nanosecond. Let us come back to the final stage. So see, this is A dot B complement. So this actually is the output A dot B complement XOR with C. So C XOR with A dot B complement. So again please pay attention, A dot B complement, this waveform will never be used from now, because this was for the assumption of 0 propagation delay, but the final propagation delay or the actual propagation delay given in the circuit is 20 nanosecond. Okay, So now this waveform XOR with waveform C. Again, same concept, AB complement XOR with C, assuming 0 nanosecond. So this is A dot B complement and this is C. This is logic 0 and this is also logic 0. Logic 0 and logic 0. So this will become logic 0. Now, from 0 to 40 nanosecond, this is logic 1 and this is logic 0. XOR is inequality detector. Unequal inputs, logic 1 and this is logic 0 for 40 nanosecond. So see, if you are already having a good practice, at this particular time only we have got the final answer. I will tell you about how to cut short the time, how to minimize your steps, okay? But just wait for this time. Okay, see. So I was saying logic 1 and logic 0 XOR output will be 1. So this is logic 1 from 0 to 40 nanosecond. And what is happening after 40 nanosecond? This is also logic 1 and this again is logic 1. Logic 1 and logic 1, this becomes 0. Logic 1 and logic 1, it becomes 0. Okay. So this is a transition from low to high and this is a transition from high to low. This is the output AB complement XOR with C, but this was assuming a delay of 0 nanosecond. But the actual delay is again 20 nanosecond for all the logic gates. Actual delay is 20 nanoseconds for all the logic gate. What we simply have to do? We simply have to shift this waveform right hand side by 20 nanosecond. So this time instant was 40 nanosecond. Now if I shift this waveform right hand side by 20 nanosecond, it will look something like this. It will look something like this. So shifting 20 nanosecond means this will become 20 nanosecond instant and 40 plus 20, this will become 60 nanosecond instant. But what the question was? Question was, this is your output Z, this is your output Z. For what duration your output Z will be at logic high? So the final answer is 40 nanosecond. Output Z will be at logic high. Output Z will be at logic high for a duration of 40 nanosecond. That is the question that was asked to us. Now, how can you cut short the solution, or how can you cut short the time which is being used to solve this question? See, for example, once you get comfortable with this method now, what will happen? What will happen is, you will not be required, you will not need to draw the waveform of this 0 nanosecond. See, this is B having a transition from high to low. If we are passing it through a NOT gate, definitely it will be having just an opposite transition. That means from logic low to logic high. That also we know 20 nanosecond is given. So if you want to see with respect to the examination, you just need to draw this waveform directly. So this will be the waveform you will need to draw in examination. Now I have discussed all the things in detail from the basic. Now my focus is what are the compulsory things that we should do directly in the examination to solve the question in the minimum possible amount of time. See, this is the first waveform which you need to make directly without the help of this one. See, again what is happening? We need to draw A dot B complement. we must have some basic idea that A is permanently 1. After t is equal to 0, A is permanently 1. What is x dot 1 in an AND gate? It is x only. It means this will not matter in drawing the output waveform of an AND gate. So what will matter is B complement only. Because A is permanently 1, A dot 1 is always A, x dot 1 is always x. So this is always at logic 1, this will not matter in drawing the output waveform. What will matter is, see this one, B complement. And now B complement, we already have drawn the first waveform. So see, B complement dot 1 is B complement. B complement dot 1 is B complement, but it is again having a delay of 20 nanosecond. So what you need to do is just draw this B complement, shifting it right hand side like this. This will be your second waveform directly. This will be your second waveform once you get comfortable with the basic of this one. But I will suggest to first go by this method which I have given in detail, and then you can try to solve the coming questions in using minimum number of steps and using minimum time. Okay. So now see what is happening. A dot B complement and C, I want the XOR operation. I want the XOR operation of C and A dot B complement. What is being asked to me in the question is, for how much duration XOR output will be 1. So you should be very clear in your mind, XOR output is 1 only when the inputs are unequal. It means you just need to check A dot B complement and waveform of C for how much duration they are unequal. See, it is 0, same. At the end it becomes 1, it is same. So for how much duration it is different? Only from this point to this point. Let's say, see, from t equal to 0 nanosecond to t equal to 40 nanosecond. So for this 40 nanosecond, A dot B complement and C are unequal. And there should be no need. Okay, this will be the third step, or maybe you are even not required to draw this waveform. And this last step is not at all required to solve this question if you want to save time, because shifting a waveform, see, this was also 40 nanosecond and this is also 40 nanosecond. So shifting a waveform will not make a change in the duration of logic high. Shifting a waveform will not make a change in the duration of logic high. So even you don't need to draw this waveform. So if considering examination point of view, only this waveform and this waveform, and then checking C and A dot B complement are unequal for a duration of 40 nanosecond. So final output of XOR is going to be at logic high for 40 nanosecond. Because in this particular question, it does not matter whether it is from 0 to 40 nanosecond or it is from 20 nanosecond to 60 nanosecond, because the question asked was for duration of logic high. Duration of output being at logic high. So answer is 40 nanosecond, and it will not at all take time for you to solve the question in the exam, and there will not be any confusion for solving these type of questions. This concept, what I have discussed, what special concept I am talking about? The concept where we assume first propagation delay to be 0 nanosecond and then shifting the waveform right hand side by the propagation delay. Assuming the gate to be 0 nanosecond propagation delay and then shifting it right hand side by the propagation delay. This concept will never change. This concept will never change in any questions based on propagation delay. I will give you some more examples. Before coming to the next example, I would like to discuss some very important concept related to this propagation delay. Now, focusing on the difference between worst case propagation delay and propagation delay for a particular input condition. So what small change I am making in this question is on the logic of A before and after t is equal to 0. In this question, it was given to assume initially A is equal to 0 and then A was flipped to 1 at t is equal to 0. So what change I have made is that initially I have assumed, I have made a change. Initially A is at logic high. Now at t equal to 0, this will be flipped to logic 0. See, now it will be a kind of revision for you to solve this question. So what I suggest ki for this particular given input condition, you should first try to solve and get the answer and then continue the video to check whether you have made it correct or not. So assuming ki you have tried and you have solved it, now I am solving this one so that you can check. See, all these same waveforms, first gate from the input side is the NOT gate. So first I need B complement, then output of B complement is given to the with the input A to the AND gate. So next will be A dot B complement, and then output of the AND gate will be given to the XOR gate with waveform C. So this one is the last one, and all the gates are having a delay of 20 nanosecond. Again my steps will be on the basic thing. Assuming no delay, then 20 nanosecond means shifting right hand side. Assuming no delay, then shifting right hand side. Assuming no delay, shifting right hand side. So my first waveform will be for B complement, assuming no delay. So B is having a transition of high to low. So B complement should have an opposite transition, low to high. So this is the waveform of B complement. But now I am shifting it on the right hand side and you know why. So this is the waveform 20 nanoseconds shifted on right hand side. So this is a transition. This is 20 nanosecond instant. This instant is 20 nanosecond. Okay. Now A dot B complement. So A is equal to 0. Does not matter what is the value of B complement. So okay, let's say if I want to draw it for before t is equal to 0, then also we can do. See, B complement is 0 initially, so this will be 0. And what happens at t equal to 0, A becomes 0. Okay, so logic low AND gate with any input will give you logic low only. So it will continue to be at logic low. This is logic low. This is logic low, and till the end it is at logic low. Why is it at logic low? Because before t is equal to 0, B complement was 0, and after t equal to 0, A is equal to 0. So if I shift this waveform also, then means no change. Same, no change on shifting. Now this waveform XOR with C. This waveform XOR with C. Again see, how much comfortable you are in basics will reflect in each of the coming topics, your whatever advanced topic you are working with. This is an XOR logic. This is an XOR logic. Okay, this is an XOR logic, and 0 XOR with any logic will give you the same logic. You should know 1 XOR A is A complement, but 0 XOR A will give you A only. It means A dot B complement is logic 0. So in output we are going to get logic C only. So what is logic C? What is logic C is that, what is logic C? I am getting exactly the same thing. Because XOR with logic low will give you the same logic. So what I have done? I have simply copied waveform of C. I have simply copied the waveform of C. Now shifting this waveform right hand side by 20 nanosecond, because the propagation delay of XOR was also 20 nanosecond, this one. This is 20 nanosecond. And if the question was same, that for how much duration the final output will be at logic high, then in this case answer would have been infinite, because from 20 nanosecond it is always at logic high. But my main concern was not to solve the same question. My main concern was to differentiate between worst case delay and propagation delay for a particular input condition. And now let us come back to this last waveform, and now again I want to discuss what propagation delay is, another aspect of propagation delay. See, what I told you about the propagation delay, that whatever changes you are making in the input will definitely have an impact and it will make a change in the output, but it will take some amount of time. So the basic concept or another aspect of propagation delay is that you are making a changes in the input, definitely it will make a change in the output. So whenever the output is getting stabilized, that is called the propagation delay. See, I will tell you with the help of an again basic example of a NOT gate, and then I will come back to this circuit also. So let's say this is A and output of AND gate is, output of NOT gate is A complement. See, I am making a change in the waveform of A. Let us consider this is 0 nanosecond, where I am making a change in the waveform of logic A, where I am making a change in the waveform of A. So I am making this change in waveform A. So what will be the waveform of A complement, assuming there is no delay? If there is no delay, exactly same time transition will happen in the opposite direction, because it is a NOT gate. So exactly opposite transition and exactly same time. But if this NOT gate is having a propagation delay, if this NOT gate is having a propagation delay of 20 nanosecond, the final waveform will be like this, same transition but after, same transition but after 20 nanosecond. So the change in the input was made at 0 nanosecond and it is being reflected at the output at 20 nanosecond. So the amount of time which this logic gate takes to reflect the changes in the input at the changes in the output. So this difference is called as propagation delay, that I have already told you. What I am saying in some different words, which is also very important for us to know, is that, see, we made a change in the input, we got a change in the output. So the amount of time which the circuit takes to stabilize the output. Now what do we mean by stabilize the output is, see, after this duration input is stabilized. So after some time output will also be stabilized. Stabilized means will not make any further change. Output will not make any further change is the simplest meaning of being stabilized. So whatever changes you are doing in the input is being stabilized at the output after 20 nanosecond, because the delay of this NOT gate is 20 nanosecond. So we can also say the amount of time which is output of a circuit takes to stabilize itself is the propagation delay. Now, if using the same statement and same words, if I want to see what is the final output of this circuit which was given to us in the question. Final output was this Z. AB complement XOR with C. Now see here, what time the output is getting stabilized means what is the last change in the output made at. Last change in the output is made at 60 nanoseconds. So delay of this circuit is 60 nanosecond. Delay of this circuit is 60 nanosecond means after 60 nanosecond there will be no change in the output. So whatever changes you are making in the circuit at 0 nanosecond, all of them will get stabilized in the output maximum before 60 nanosecond. So this is the delay. That means the time at which output gets stable is also called as propagation delay. But what is the interesting fact here? Interesting fact here is if I made a change in one of the input, now tell me after what time the output is being stabilized. It is clear that output is being stabilized only after 20 nanosecond. That means for some input condition, the delay is less than 60 nanosecond. That is what I was saying in the starting of this video. It is not compulsory that for all the input combinations, the delay of the circuit will be same. No. But in general, what is the generalized, always used term is worst case delay. But now what is happening in the scenario of GATE examination or any competitive examination, they are taking interest in special case propagation delay. And that is our main objective to understand in this particular video. In this particular video, solving this question was not at all important. That all of you must have solved very easily. Main focus was to differentiate in the different types of propagation delay. Okay, so now if the question was what is the worst case delay, there is no need to draw all these waveform. There is no need to draw all these waveform if the question was simply as worst case propagation delay. So see, what I am saying you, let's say, this circuit is given to you. This circuit is given to you. No such statements is given. Only it is given each gate having 20 nanosecond propagation delay. If the question was what is the propagation delay? Another important point, if it is say simply written what is the propagation delay, it by default means worst case propagation delay only. It by default means worst case propagation delay only. Okay. So if it is simply given ki find the propagation delay, by default we are going to find the worst case propagation delay, and that is the easiest to find for all the questions. Where the pain is or where you have to give your effort is if it is being asked for some particular input combination. So let us come to the easy part first, that is the worst case propagation delay. So see, you will apply the input at 0 nanosecond. You will apply the input at 0 nanosecond. So first gate which we can see is the NOT gate. So output of this NOT gate will be stable at 20 nanosecond. Now see, when will all the inputs of this AND gate be available? This input is available at 0 nanosecond, but this input is available at 20 nanosecond. So this logic gate can start its calculation only after 20 nanosecond. And what is the delay of this gate? Delay of this gate is also 20 nanosecond. So this gate is starting its calculation at 20 nanosecond, and 20 nanosecond is the delay of this gate itself. So this output will be available at 40 nanosecond. So what I have said, what I have made a statement, please mark it, this is very important. What was important for me? When all the inputs of this AND gate will be stabilized, so last input of this AND gate to be stabilized will be stable after 20 nanosecond. So this gate will make a, will start its calculation after 20 nanosecond. And its delay is also 20 nanosecond. So output will be made at 40 nanosecond. Output will be stable at 40 nanosecond. Again, same discussion or similar discussion for this XOR gate. Now see, this input C is available at 0 nanosecond only. But this input of XOR gate coming from this output of AND gate is being stable at, is being stable at 40 nanosecond. So my question will be, at what time all the inputs of this XOR gate will be stable? All the inputs will be stable by 40 nanosecond. You have to wait for the last possible input to get stable. Okay, so 0 nanosecond is not important here. Whatever is the maximum of 0 and 40 nanosecond is important here. So last input to get stable in this XOR gate is after 40 nanosecond. So again this gate is having a delay of 20 nanosecond. So final output will be stable after 60 nanosecond. So worst case delay of this circuit is 60 nanosecond, which we are also getting in the example input given to us. So see, if this question is worst case propagation delay, it comes in the category of very easy questions, and this is the way you have to approach the answer. But if it is given for, let's say, some particular input conditions, I will suggest you to go by the method of this waveform. It will never confuse you. It will always give you the correct answer. So hope something is clear about worst case propagation delay and propagation delay for a particular input condition. I will try to take maybe some more examples in the later.